My name is Ray and I got a game. It's called Long Live the Queen and I saw it being played on 4chan. It looked like a lot of fun, but that was due in part to the fact that it was being played by everyone in a single thread. It's a game that lends itself really well to bad decisions, groupthink, and overanalysis. So to help with that, I've got my friend Peyton here.
4chan isn't good anymore.
And also my friend Taylor to balance things out with cold analysis.
It's not cold analysis, I just don't get so full of crap.
And in Long Live the Queen, we play the part of Elodie, a little 14-year-old girl who has the option of becoming magical, but doesn't have a friend to go back in time to stop her from doing it.
Madoka Magica has a really obvious influence on the art design.
But it is not lesbian porn.
No, it is not.
Neither was Madoka Magica.
Unless you read between the lines.
In which case, everything is porn.
Which is good or bad depending on your perspective. But anyway, let's get on to our game. See, every week we have to take classes, and those classes make us better at certain kinds of skills. And for some reason, being really sad helps us dominate the heck out of horses, falcons, and dogs.
Maybe they can sense that you're just about to snap, and they say to themselves, you know what, I'm not gonna test this girl.
Okay, we'll try to respect that we're a little girl, just like any other little girl, only ascended to near godhood among our fellow man.
And that everyone expects us to behave as though this is a good idea.
Well, okay then, we'll focus on court manners.
If we make mistakes, no one will correct us because we are the god-chosen queen. Yes.
So no pressure.
Actually, I think that no one will correct us because they'd rather just use our weakness to destroy us.
Maybe a little pressure then. Man, stupid frickin' made-up fantasy powers. You know, there were so many interesting things that nobility really did. Even just the people that you're dating could be interesting. You know, Catherine the Great had some really fascinating boyfriends. Some of these historical characters were really clever. They made a lot of smoke screens, they tricked people into traps.
Well, you're not playing Catherine the Great, you're playing Princess Madoka Magica.
We can't even tell if it's the right era to kill our father. Yes.
Oh, whatever, it's not like we trained our poison skill anyway.
We should raise our poison skill and poison everyone just as King Mithridates.
That was during the Roman era when everyone was killing everyone else.
Well, what is this game gonna let us do?
See, that's the catch. You just raise a skill, and if the game is pre-programmed to let you use that skill at that particular time, you get more options. You don't get to tell the game what you're gonna do. The game tells you what you can do based on what you know.
We will never kill our loved ones this way. Yes.
See, I think at a point where the game clumsily weaves lesbians into a story about being a queen, there really is no point of reference. You're just along for the ride, and this is what it is. In fact, I think there are at least 3 different lesbian endings for this game.
What, where Elodie the Impaler becomes lesbians?
No, where just regular Elodie becomes a lesbian. You can't be Elodie the Impaler, she will not kill her father.
We have 3 different endings to become a lesbian, yes, but we don't have a single ending to be Elodie the Impaler?
Yes, Peyton, don't spit on me, crap.
What?
I guess they're just trying to be progressive or something.
No, it is not progressive. The game is not about Elodie grappling with her sexuality. The game is about Elodie becoming the leader of Nova. Yes? So therefore the game should have 3 endings focusing on how much violence you apply to your ascension. In the scheme of dark rulership, the lives you kill are more important than the many people you boing along the way. Alexander the Great was extraordinarily gay, but for him, this was a footnote.
Anyway, this series should be about 4 parts long, so here seems like a good time to stop the first part. Thanks for playing with us, everybody. Hello, my name is Ray, and these are my friends Peyton and Taylor.
They can't see who you're pointing at.
Okay, the one on my left is Taylor, and the one on my right is Peyton.
No, they can't see. They don't have a point of reference.
And we are playing Long Live the Queen.
My name is Taylor.
And I am the Shrouded One. Yes. So, we are approached by the diplomat from Ixion. Where are our advisors?
Well, our dad is over there.
What is he doing? We are negotiating military action.
He's supervising?
Maybe he's just standing around hoping that nobody realizes how drunk he is. You know what? It's story time.
Oh, I love a story time.
So about mid-century AD, there's this guy, Michael III, right? He's the ruler of Byzantine. Now his mother and father have been deposed from the throne by his uncle Bardas. Bardas is very ambitious and hopes that he can control Michael, who's still very young. However, Michael has a friend named Basilius. Basilius is basically a nobody. He started out as a horse trainer, but he became friends with the king. So when it became time for Michael to decide who was going to be his advisor, he chooses Basilius.
Oh, we are totally flirting the pants off of this older dude.
Glad to see he's not mad we tried to drag him into a war his country has no stake in. But, anyway.
What's the word for what this guy is? Is it Bishonen?
Once Basilius gets into power, he starts asking for a lot of money. He's got these project ideas and he insists that they're going to help the country. Of course, being Michael's friend, he gets the money. Now, later on, Basilius brings it to Michael's attention that Bardas still controls the military. Basilius says to Michael, hey, you know, your uncle is probably pissed that he got snubbed for this advisor position that he wanted. If we kill that guy, you know, I could take over the military. And Michael says, yeah, you know, you're actually a really good friend of mine, and Bardas, you know, I don't know. So they do kill Bardus, and then Basilius takes over the military, so you can already see where this is going. But before it does all blow up in Michael's face, Basilius is still doing really well with money, but he's asking to borrow more money. Michael doesn't question it because Basilius is a friend, but at this point Basilius is so rich he could invest his own capital. Of course he doesn't have to, though, because the government is functionally paying for all of his risks. So finally, the inevitable happens, and Michael realizes that he's short on cash. He goes to Basilius to ask to pay back some of the loans, and Basilius says no. Technically, Michael still is the government, but he's accidentally paid Basilius to take financial control of everything. So they get in a fight about it, and then Basilius cuts off Michael's head, and there's not really that much of a stir about it because Basilius already owned a lot of the country's infrastructure.
Gosh. Well, it sure is good that history never repeats itself, and we wouldn't see something like that in the modern era.
I'm sure it would take something really crazy and specific, like a very long, ideological, political war that somehow promoted the values of independent wealth.
I'm sure we'd notice, though, like grocery stores would become oligopolies and stuff.
Yeah, lots of monopolies and oligopolies would be a bad sign.
We are going on a parade. We were not prepared.
See, if they would just tell us a week ahead of time that we're doing this stuff, then we would be alright.
What is even the purpose of your dad? I mean, he just shows up and just drops this stuff on you. Oh, by the way, Elodie, we're gonna have a parade today.
It's like, Dad, you're the only official person in the whole frickin' castle who tells me anything. You have to tell me this stuff like yesterday.
Maybe our father seeks to sabotage us. Yes, execute him.
Alright, I'm not full of crap. Thanks for playing with us, everybody. Hello, my name is Ray, and I got an email. Oh, also, these are my friends Taylor and Peyton.
When you introduce us, you should really stop and give us a second to say, yeah, hello, my name is Taylor.
And I am Mighty Peyton, Lord of this commentary, scourge of truth and happiness.
Yeah. Down with happiness and all that. They know, the viewers know. Well, okay then, I got an email, and it talks about how much Taylor sucks.
What?
Well, I'm paraphrasing, but technically that's kind of what it said. Come on, let's get back to our game. We got stuff to do.
Men are simply not cracked up as they are meant to be.
Oh my god, our dad is talking to some kind of tarted up, blonde, purple bathrobe wearing, feather in her hair, blonde girl.
You said blonde twice.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but that girl is really blonde.
It is morally inferior to pink with hair drills. Yes.
I am not having this in my house, in my castle. And crazily enough, her name is actually Siren. I guess her parents just kind of looked at her and they were like, one day men will plug wax in their ears instead of listening to it.
Our father performs the guilt counterattack. He gains the upper hand. Yes.
No, we can't let him do that. We are a teenager.
We must tell the King of Calories that he is no longer loved. And then we retreat to our room, yes, and slam the door. There, we shall cry. Cry until our father apologizes to us.
Where's the button for that? That should be a move. Like you just hit spacebar and run to your room. Elodie, there's an enemy army coming. Spacebar. Elodie, would you like to get married? Spacebar. Everything solved with spacebar.
That would create so many extra variables for the game to track, like whether or not you ran to your room and cried after every single event and how people reflected on you for that.
Elodie, there's gonna be a parade. Spacebar. Elodie, come to the ball. Spacebar. Elodie, say hello to your cousins. Spacebar.
And every time you wait for your father to apologize. Yes.
Well, in the interest of defending the game for our fans, I've gotta say, at least it reflects well on Elodie that she actually never does retreat to her room to cry.
I guess so, but it's not like anything has happened that should require that, except for maybe the death of our mom, which we've gotten over.
I think it is a shortcoming that we cannot run to our room to cry at a moment's notice.
This game is full of practical shortcomings. We are in our room right now. There should be a button to lay down and cry until Dad comes in.
I think you guys aren't really judging this game based on its merits. This is like if you play Mech Warrior and then get mad because your Mech Warrior can't go to his bunk and cry until the commanding officer consoles him.
Dude, if you could cry in your bunk in Mech Warrior, I so would've done that.
Okay, I give up. I'm arguing completely on the wrong page here.
Dude, being in charge is just the easiest opportunity to be childish. You think I would exclude this just to being a queen? If Jack could cry specifically just to make Rose console him in Metal Gear Solid 2, I would have done that all the time. She'd call and she'd be like, Jack, we need to talk about our relationship. And I would be like, Rose, my suit makes me look so darn fat. My thighs look so huge. Why would you send me on this mission? I want to talk to Colonel. Put the Colonel on the phone.
Hello, Jacques. This is the Colonel.
Colonel, does Rose think I'm fat?
Yes. Colonel, put Rose back on the phone.
Rose.
Hello, Jack.
Rose, I'm breaking up with you. Also, you're fat.
Did you know that that game's whole thing between Rose and Jack was actually based on Hideo Kojima's difficult love life as he was working on the game?
Nope, I did not know that.
Yeah, apparently he and his wife fought a lot because the stress of making the game was really getting to him and causing problems.
Oh, well, my version would have been a much darker look into that, I suppose.
I don't know about darker, but definitely stupider.
I don't think it's dumb. I think we should address the unrealistic expectations that Jack's bodysuit sets for other spies. I will have you know I am very particular about what I need in a relationship.
Well then, what do you need? Because I almost guarantee the game's not gonna have it.
I just want a guy to be willing to sit down and cuddle while I read him a book.
Oh.
I am going to vomit.
See? I'm not too demanding, just little personal details would be nice.
Well, details being what they are, we're now being confronted with the reality that a little kid is inheriting a province.
So, little kid is inheriting a country, and getting married to a guy who might be illiterate for all we know, because he's not sending us any mail.
We should execute this boy.
Yes.
It seems we have been confronted by the musician spy.
Yes.
I once again vouch for execution.
You don't even get the chance for that this time.
I just want one execution. One death, 1 pint of blood smeared on my hands. How can I be so cruelly denied of my whims?
Yes. Should be another move, just like go cry to your room. Spacebar, go cry to your room. Tab bar, execution. Backspace, blame your advisors. Which you don't have. Blame your lack of advisors. I just feel like since we're role-playing as a young kid, we really should have a lot more childish go-to solutions to our problems. But anyway, here looks like a good place to stop. Thanks for playing with us, everybody. Hello, my name is Ray, and welcome back to the adventure that is Elodie's life. These are my co-hosts Taylor and Peyton.
Ray, introduce us properly. They can't see who you're pointing at.
The one who's all crabby about doing stuff right is Taylor.
It is I, Taylor the Crab.
Peyton, please don't make this more confusing.
The one impersonating Taylor is Peyton. Don't trust her, she's a liar.
Oh, if some of us are liars, then how can we trust you?
Yes, because I'm the one in charge. It's the Ray show, kinda. You know what I think? I think that makes this a pretty good politics simulator, because you're totally wrapped up in all your own little circles and your own little social stuff. Everyone else is kind of a void space with nothing in it. I mean, there are people, you're in charge of them, technically that's your job, but we never really see them except for the occasional PR thing. We're actually more personally invested over whether or not our dad is sleeping around with the blonde girl.
Yeah, and I suppose that Elodie should do some kind of call.
What kind of call would you do to attract guys?
Well, it depends on the guy, I guess. Like, if he's really nerdy, you give him a call up on the phone, you're like, hey, what do you think of the new edition of Warhammer? You really disappointed by those Tyranids?
Yes, I am.
No, not you. Like the guy. You ask the guy if he's
The
disappointed.
Tyranids took such a beating through 5th edition, I can't believe that their 6th edition codex is basically the same thing.
Never mind.
The Duchess of Mead has contacted us. I recommend execution.
Yes, she's looking for some girl who's gone missing. I don't know, I didn't recognize the name of the girl. And we gotta get a chart for these people, put their names on it. This woman reminds me of that girl from Cowboy Bebop, the one on the TV.
Oh, Ray, for shame. Are you implying that all anime characters look the same? That's racism.
It's not racism, they're fictional characters. It's like saying all the Fraggles look similar.
They don't look similar, though. They are all different colors.
Yes, but they're all made from the same little puppet template.
Oh, Ray. Are we gonna have to start calling you Ray the Racist?
But we've only seen these people one time and then they never show up again. How am I supposed to remember who they are? All I can do is loosely associate them with something else that I am familiar with.
I'm sure there's gotta be other uses for divination. They wouldn't let you waste all your valuable study time on a skill that's basically worse than a second playthrough.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for that horse riding check, and I haven't seen anything on Intrigue. Have you seen any ciphering checks? I haven't.
I am sure it is for the frustratingly specific request. Yes. You will be going along fine, and then the game will stop you and say, no, ciphering, 100. This is required.
It's butts is what it is. I call for rebellion on this. From now on, I request that we make everything based around our ability to do conversation. Everything will be about public speaking and flattery and court manners, and any of Elodie's attempts to do anything else should be overruled. Or even better, because we've got an amazing accounting skill, I say that we use that accounting ability to hire people to do things for us. We'll call them advisors. I'm not sure about anyone's relationship to anything. For all it matters to me, I might as well be getting letters from Gorilla City and Jupiter.
I don't think Gorilla City is located within Nova.
I think they're in Africa somewhere, maybe in the Congo. Oh hey, we got a big event we can go to.
Sure, but you've only maxed out maybe 3 skills, and you don't have any allies.
I'm allies with the Duke of Sedna.
You have one ally, and it's your boyfriend.
Don't you, Taylor, don't you talk bad about my boyfriend. Boyfriend is best ally.
We are under attack. Our time has come, you fools. Raise the army. The killing is coming.
That's it, we're doomed. Everything's over, there was no chance.
There is actually opportunity in this game to gain 4 magical allies. So there is a chance, or there was a chance, it's too late by this point in the game.
Well, no one ever told me that there were magic people I could hire.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a secret. Also, I think one of your cousins is gay.
What? How come nobody ever told me that? You mean that this whole time we could have been gossiping about one of my cousins, but instead we were trapped in the frickin' tower afraid of our poison chocolate?
Yes.
How come they didn't tell me that?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're not going to get to see. For example, we could have raised a sea monster.
What? Yes. We could have raised the Kraken?
Yep.
We could have battled the Kraken with the gay cousin.
Actually, I don't think that cousin gets involved.
We should have known this would happen from watching Ray's terrible passive Let's Plays. Yes, Ray. It is you who is the lackadaisical do-nothing. It is you who has doomed us to a boring game.
What, are you talking about my New Vegas Let's Plays?
Yes.
I think I happen to be doing pretty well in those.
All you do for 30 episodes is run from danger.
It's a legitimate strategy. I think it's working pretty good.
Well, it has become apparent that this has no legitimacy in Long Live the Queen. Yes.
Well, excuse me, but it looks to me like we've made it all the way to the end of the game thanks to my caution.
Well, don't look now, Ray. I don't want to rain on your parade, but you did just lose your entire navy.
Seriously? But...
Our entire royal legacy crumbles before our very eyes. Ray has failed as our queen.
Nuh-uh, it's not my failing, and there's still time. I can still learn some stuff.
No, Ray. I'm afraid this is it. It's over.
But it's only been a week. We lost our whole military in 1 week?
I'm afraid so. The Novan military is really terrible.
Oh my god, you gotta be freaking kidding me. We don't have any generals that can use a limited number of troops just to hold like a pass, or... We have a castle, can't we wall up inside the castle and wait for our military reinforcements?
Nope, I'm afraid not. It's all over in a week.
What is the point of living in a freaking castle if it can't survive an extended siege? Our fiancé is sending us help.
Well, speaking of your fiancé, you are given a choice. You can stay here and defend the castle from the siege, or you can run off with him.
Oh, take that one.
What? No, stay here and fight the enemy. Yes.
I'm sorry, Peyton. We've been a coward all this time, and a coward we've gotta remain if we want to live. I don't think we have the skill checks to survive anything else.
You sicken me. Yes.
Goodbye, Nova. Goodbye, everything that I hope to accomplish here. I leave you now to go to Segna, where I will live comfortably in a castle with another person. For me, it'll be much the same, except I'll be in charge of a smaller region. Good luck, peasants!
And so the sun lazily set on the reign of Elodie. Her reign was both brief and fairly uneventful. But fortunately, she lived. She never did reclaim the throne.
Darn. Well, so much for that. Thanks for playing with us, everybody.